This is All of It. I'm Allison Stewart. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm glad you're joining us today. Later on in the show, we'll hear about Bed-Stuy's own Shirley Chisholm, the local kid who would grow up to become the first black woman elected to Congress. We'll hear a lot more about Chisholm in a bit, but for now, let's get things started with a little Broadway on the radio. Earlier this year, Team All of It held a live in-person event in the WNYC's performance venue, the Green Space, with the cast and creative team behind the adaptation of Cats called Cats, the Jellicle Ball, which is having its final show on August 8th. The show takes the feline-focused poems of T.S. Eliot, the music of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and reimagines them with the realness of ballroom culture. At the Tonys this year, Cats, the Jellicle Ball took home awards for Best Direction of a Musical, Best Choreography, and Best Costume Design. And it was an honor to have them join us to share their thoughts and their talents. So, without further ado, here's Cats, the Jellicle Ball from our Broadway on the Radio event. During this hour, we'll be joined by the show's directors, its choreographers, and we'll speak to actors Tempest Chastity Moore and Andre DeShields. And of course, we're going to have live music for you. Let's hear it for the band. If you're not here with us in person or listening to us, you can see this shindig by going to WNYC.org, where you can watch a free live stream of today's broadcast. Are you ready for some OPULENCE opulence? Here on lead vocals is Sidney James Harcourt as Rum Tum Tugger, with backing vocals from Darius Wright and Garnett Williams. This is Cats, the Jellicle Ball.
The next category is realness. Tugger is a curious cat.
If you offer me pheasant, I'd rather have grouse. If you put me in a house, I much prefer flat. If you put me in a flat, then I'd rather have a house. If you set me on a mouse, then I only want a rat. If you set me on a rat, then I'd rather chase a mouse.
Tugger is a curious cat.
And there isn't any call for me to shout it.
For he will do as he will do.
And there's no doing anything about it.
Tugger is a terrible boy.
When you let me in, then I wanna go out. I'm always on the wrong side of every door. And as soon as I'm at home, then I like to get about. I like to lie in the bureau drawer, but I make such a fuss when I can't get out.
Tugger is a curious cat.
And there isn't any use for you to doubt it.
For he will do as he will do.
And there's no doing anything about it. My disobliging ways are a matter of habit. If you offer me fish, then I only want to feast. If there isn't any fish, then I won't eat a rabbit. If you offer me cream, then I sniff and sneer. For I only like what I find for myself. Nah, but you catch me in it right up to my ears if you put it away on a lot of shelf.
Tugger is artful and knowing.
Doesn't care for a cuddle, but I'll leash up on your lap in the middle of your song, for there's nothing I enjoy like a harbor.
Tugger is
spot.
For he will do as he tells you.
And there's no doing anything about it.
That was Sidney James Harcourt, Rum Tum Tugger, and the cast from Cats, the Jellicle Ball. This is all of it. We're here live in the green space with the stars of Cats. I'd like to introduce to you right now the co-directors of Cats, Bill Rausch and Zalen Livingston. Thank you for being with us. So you had a memory. You were sitting in a bar, and you had this vision of a man at a gay bar, an older man singing Memory. What about that image was important to you, and what did it strike in you?
You know, the song is so beautiful and so melancholy, and it just felt like being sung by an older person in a queer context would bring out contours in the music and in the lyrics that could be very powerful. So that was the original impulse.
Zalen, your first exposure was to Cats as a preschooler. You were watching Barney's Great Adventure.
That's true.
How did Barney bring you to Cats? And what did you like about it as a kid?
That's a great question. So I would watch this movie Barney's Great Adventure, and on the trailers they would show a trailer of the pro shot of Cats from 1997, 98, and I didn't know what I really was looking at. I just knew that the way these people were moving and what they dressed like felt, you know, like it did something tingly in my stomach, and I didn't know what it was going on. And one day I went to Blockbuster with my mother, and I saw the box set of this pro shot with the black case and the yellow eyes, and I said, I want to watch that. And she was like, you don't want to watch that. And I was like, I do want to watch this. And so she was like, okay, well, if I get this, you have to watch it because, you know, Blockbuster cost money. And so I got it, and the story goes, she put it in the VHS, and I sat 5 inches away from the television, and I didn't move for 2.5 hours. I didn't ask for food. I didn't go to the restroom. And then that's when she knew I had a problem.
You said before that you and Bill were joking with a friend about turning Cats into a production where there weren't cats. The cats weren't cats. What was interesting to you about that idea, and that in what way did it seem impossible? We know it's possible, but at the time...
Yeah, well, I mean, Bill had been on this journey with trying to investigate cats as humans before I was, and it was just like this serendipitous thing where it just so happened at the beginning of his process, I had been asking the same question around, could there be a production of Cats where there were no cats? Would it be called Cats No Ears, No Tails? And could it be situated in a like cultural context? And it just felt like it could be artistically possible because in the 20th century, everyone called each other, you know, look at that sly cat. That's a dangerous cat over there. Look at that sexy cat right there. You know, so I was like, this is possible probably, but just felt like that could never happen. Andrew Lloyd Webber would never allow something like that to happen with his material. And then I was talking to who eventually became the casting director of the show, Victor Vasquez of X Casting, and I was joking with him. I was like, can you believe that? That would be a crazy idea. And then he didn't laugh, and he said, you need to talk to Bill Rausch. And I was like, okay. And then so 2 days later, I was on a Zoom with Bill, and he started to tell me about the year of work that he had been doing with our dramaturg Josie and Omari Wiles, who's in the building. And we just started to connect, and I can let you talk about that meeting.
It was our first conversation, and 90 minutes later, we had agreed that we were going to co-direct this production in our first conversation.
When did ballroom come into the equation?
As Jalen mentioned, that Josie, our dramaturg, and Omari and I began to work on this during the pandemic, and we knew from the very beginning that it was ballroom. I had thought about, as we talked about earlier, a gay bar, but picking up the libretto again years later, it's clearly set at a ball. It's a competitive ball. It goes all the way through the T.S. Eliot words. It's a once-a-year ball that happens. Everybody's vying for the grand prize. And being able to collaborate with Omari as a ballroom icon, so many of the categories just clicked into place immediately, where it was very, very clear, this character, this song, this category. There were others that we worked on for years trying to find, but many of them were apparent from the very beginning.
We're going to hear another song in just a moment from the show. Zalen, what was a challenge for you in directing this show, and how did you get through that challenge?
Oh, I mean, just remembering that challenge is innate to the process, and that like challenge is not a sign that you are on the wrong path, that like we're making a thing that's hard. And like all the way through the process, from workshops to off-Broadway to figuring out how do you extend a show like this to transferring to Broadway, anytime we would come up against a kind of existential wall, we would always remind ourselves that like, oh, a characteristic of making this show is that it is hard. And so just reminding myself that, you know, for this work, so much of the job is standing in public and failing publicly as quickly as you can to get to the right answer.
Everybody, let's thank Bill Rausch and Zalen Levinson. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to get to another song. Please welcome Nora Shell as Bustopher Jones, along with Kendall Grayson Stroud, Bryson Battle, Darius Wright, and Garnett Williams. This is from Cats, the Jellicle Ball.
Such well-cut trousers or such an impeccable back. In the Hall of St. James's, the smartest of names is the name of this prowl of cats. And we're all of us proud to be knighted or bound to my Bustopher Jones in white spats. My visits are occasional to the senior educational, and it is against the rules for any one cat to belong both to that and the joint superior schools. For a similar reason, when a game is in season, I'm found not at Foxy's but Blimps. I am frequently seen at the gay stage and screen, which is famous for winkles and shrimps. Oh, in the season of medicine, I give my Benson to a pot hunter succulent bones. And just before noons, not a moment too soon, to drop in for a drink of the thrones. When I'm seen in a hurry, there's probably curry at the Siamese or at the Glutton. Oh, if I look full of gloom, then I've lunched at the Tomb on a cabbage rice pudding and mutton.
The smartest of painters, the name of this problem of cats, and we're all of us proud to be naughty or bound to buy Buster for Jones in white, Buster for Jones in white, Buster for Jones in white spats.
Ooh, I see the category is body. Judges scored muscular body, get into that body. Judges scores women's body, get into that body. Judges scores luscious body, get into that body. Judges score model body, get into that body. Yes, serve it to me, body yachty. Yes, get into that body yachty. 10s across the board.
Much in this way, passes Buster First J at one club or another they're found. There could be no surprise that under our eyes they have grown unmistakably round. There are 25-pounders,
Or I am a bounder.
putting on weight every day.
But I'm so well preserved because I've observed all my life a routine, and I'd say I am still in my prime. I shall last out my time.
That's the word from the stoutest of guys.
It must and it shall be springing pell-mell. While Buster for Jones wears white, Buster for Jones wears white, Buster for Jones wears white.
And the winner is Buster for Jones.
That's
Toodle pip.
That was Nora Shell as Buster Jones, along with Kendall Grayson Stroud, Bryson Battle, Darius Wright, and Garnett Williams. Stick around for more of our Broadway on the Radio event with the team behind Cats, the Jellicle Ball. This is All of It. I'm Allison Stewart. Thanks for joining us and happy Friday. All this hour, we're revisiting our live in-person Broadway on the Radio event with the team behind Cats, the Jellicle Ball. The show won 3 Tonys this year, and its final performance will be on August 8th. So let's hear some more music. You'll hear the voices of Bebe Nicole Simpson and Garnett Williams introducing us to McCavity, the Mystery Cat.
McCavity's a mystery cat. She's called the Hidden Paw, for she's a master criminal who can defy the law. She's the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. For when they reach the scene of crime, McCavity's not there. Okay. Walking labels, y'all. She say she love me, she put me in Chanel. Call me the devil, baby, 'cause we wearing Prada. McCavity, McCavity, there's no one like McCavity. She's broken every human law. She breaks the law of gravity. Her powers of levitation will make a faker stare. For when you reach the scene of crime, McCavity's not there. You may seek her in the basement. You may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, McCavity's not there.
McCavity's a ginger cat. She's very tall and thin. You would know her if you saw her, for her eyes are sunken in. Her brow is deeply lined with thought. Her head is highly domed. Her coat is dusty from neglect. Her whiskers are uncombed. She sways her head from side to side with movements like a snake. And when you think she's half asleep, she's always wide awake. McCavity, and no one like McCavity. But she's a fiend, feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet her in the by street, you may see her in the square. But when the crime's discovered, then McCavity's not.
She's outwardly respectable.
I know she cheats at cards.
She do, and her footprints are not found in any miles of sky yard.
And when the Lord is lieutenant,
Or the jewel case is rightful,
or when the milk is missing,
or another piece been stifled,
or the greenhouse glass is broken, oh!
and the trellis past repair.
There's the wonder of the thing.
McCavity's
Not there.
McCavity, there's no one like McCavity that ever was a cat of such deceitfulness and suavity. She always has an alibi
And one or two to spare.
Whatever time the deed took place, McCavity wasn't there. And they say that all the cats whose wicked deeds are widely known. I might mention Mungo Jerry.
I might mention Griddle Bone are nothing more than agents for the cat who all the time just controls the operations.
The Napoleon of crime. Oh, McCavity, McCavity, there's no one like McCavity. She's a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet her in a by street, you may see her in a square. But when a crime's discovered, then McCavity, 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 McCavity. My shoes fall on, when a crime's discovered, then McCavity's not there.
That was BB Nicole Simpson, the cast of Cats, the Jellicle Ball. This is Broadway on the radio, on all of it, live from the green space. Let's hear it again for the band. And now, please welcome the co-choreographers of Cats, Omari Wiles and Arturo Lyons. It is so nice to see you.
Hello.
So I read that you were born in Senegal.
Yes, I was.
And you took African dance when you were 6 years old?
Yes, my mom and dad are known African dance teachers and drummers, musicians, Baba Olukashe Wiles and Marie Bass Wiles.
I'm glad you said their names. How did your early experience prepare you for ballroom?
Well, African dance is theatrical. African dance is almost like a Broadway show. All the layers of music, singing, dance, theater, the storytelling, it's all layered within itself. So I felt like I grew up already on stage. I was pretty much born on stage.
Arturo, your dance credits run deep. You helped launch HBO's Vogue competition, Legendary. How did you meet Omari?
I met Omari in Senegal. I'm lying. Ballroom. Yeah, Legendary Ballroom. I know Omari for 20 years now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
for real, for a long time.
A long time.
We'll talk later. Omari, we're going to talk about Arturo like he's not there. Why did you know he was the Why did you know he was the right person to help you on this project?
Well, honestly, he was my Jellicle choice from the beginning. Arturo's mind, Arturo's engineering, Arturo's heart and love and passion for dance and creativity, it really stood out for itself. Joining the ballroom scene, he was already a legend and someone that I admired when I saw Hit the Floor competing. And then being invited by him to do various projects, dance videos that he would choreograph, really just kept me on the right path of being a professional dancer, but also being a passionate dancer. And through his passion grew my passion. And I would not have picked anyone else to take this journey with. He has helped me grow. He has helped this show grow. He literally tells me yes and no to what, and you need someone that's going to be honest with you. You need someone that's going to encourage you, but also we work so well together, and the energy that we bring together, I mean, it's a dynamic duo. You cannot split us apart.
Arturo, what did you learn about Broadway now that you've been on Broadway?
It's very strict.
It's strict. Tell me more.
Yeah. So, in ballroom, we have rules, but it's very lax about it. They don't play that here. You need to be on time. You need to know your cues. You need to know the terminology. You need to know how to read music. It's a lot, but it's great.
In this show, you mix ballroom with Broadway. How did that shape the choreography?
Well, honestly, when you think of ballroom and you think of the theatrics and the whimsical energy that we bring, it goes hand in hand with Broadway. And I think the energy on stage is to perform, right? It's to entertain. And both worlds go hand in hand with that. So it was really, honestly, besides understanding the difference in the music, it was really easy to understand the character and what we wanted to represent as far as ballroom and as far as musical theater, how we wanted to approach the choreography, but not just the choreography, but also just the energy of each piece and each number, to the point where you don't need to see the choreography. You don't need to see them in costume. You can just feel it in their voices that they're being ballroom and that at the same time they're enjoying musical theater.
Yeah. Cats is a super athletic show, but it also has reverence for age and wisdom. The elder cats and the house mothers receive a great deal of respect in this show, and the show is willing to take its time. How did you go about balancing the death drops with the reverence for experience?
Well, we didn't want anyone to die, clearly. So those death drops had to be out of the show, and we called them dips. And the dips were, honestly, it depended on the category that you walked. Not everyone needs to dip, and not everyone needs to vogue. In ballroom, you have to find what category is for you, and I think that speaks to how human each character is and how human the ballroom scene is. We find what is your skill set, your trait, your talent, and we heighten that up through competition, through sportsmanship. We level each other up because of all the shade that was received from society. We decided we'll turn that shade around, right? And how do we turn shade into friendly competition? How do we turn shade into allowing us to see our own growth and our own special or how special we are, right? And in that sense. So with the choreography, with the age, it was really paying homage to our elders. I mean, coming from Senegal and from West Africa, ancestry, elders is so important, and being able to honor our elders is a big thing that we do. And I think in Black culture and it's really important too to respect our elders. So it wasn't saying, oh, you can't do this. It was saying, no, you're seasoned and you do this way. Right? And it was that type of energy and that type of love that the entire cast shows, and the type of respect as well, too, that the cast shows to the elders. I mean, they are the ones who started, they are the ones who threw the first brick, they are the ones who really helped understand or help the young ones understand who they are, where they come from, and how to love.
Yes, clap for that. All right, Arturo, has someone seen Cats and they really want to get into ballroom? Where should they go in New York?
I would say OTA first.
Yes, there's a Vogue Club in Brooklyn, OTA.
A $3 bill.
It's that $3 bill. Every other Monday, I think now they have it. It used to be every Monday, but I think it's every other Monday now. You can go there and you can experience a taste of ballroom.
A little bit.
A little salmon paste, a little taste of ballroom, right? You get to taste that. But there's so many balls that are going on around the world, not only in the States, but you can go, depending on where you are, you can be in Spain, you can be in Paris.
You can come to my ball in Paris on September 19th.
Yes, Arturo's having a ball in Paris.
That's an invitation. I've just heard one.
Okay. You know, there's so many balls that's happening. A lot of people who didn't know about ballroom always came to the Latex Ball held by the organization GMHC.
August 22nd.
You know, that's August 22nd, going to be at Terminal.
Who knows?
Right. There's a lot of access now. Ballroom is no longer underground because this is a community that needs to be seen. This is a community that needs to be spoken of and be celebrated. And so now the doors are open for you to see again how human we are and just how talented these individuals are. But a ball, honey, you can go to the pier on Christopher Street on that green turf and see a ball happen. Okay? And that's what I remember growing up. I remember going to the pier and there were balls that were happening and we would do grand prize was a movie ticket or grand prize was $1. You know what I'm saying? Or grand prize was come with me to get you a slice of pizza.
A long time ago.
A long time ago. But now the grand prizes are a little bit more, you know. Now you're giving $10,000 away. You're giving $5,000 away. But it's because of the competition has gotten so fierce. It has gotten bigger. But it's also, I think, the need to celebrate someone, to give someone a grand prize so that they can take that and excel within their self and with their craft or within their life, really.
That was Omari Wiles and Arturo Lyons. They are the Tony-winning co-choreographers of Cats the Jellicle Ball. We'll have more of our Broadway on the Radio event after a quick break. We'll be hearing from the incomparable Andre DeShields. And we'll also get to hear Tempest Chastity Moore as Grisabella sing the show's most iconic song, Memory. Stick around. This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. Welcome back. This hour, we've been hearing from the team behind Broadway's Cats the Jellicle Ball, which won 3 Tonys this year. The show's final performance will be on August 8th. So let's get back into it with some music. It wouldn't be Cats without Memory. This is Tempest Chastity Moore with Teddy Wilson Jr. and Darius Wright.
Now, O Deuteronomy, just before dawn, the
a silence you feel you can cut with a knife, announces the cat who can now be reborn and come back to a different Jellicle life. The meaning of what happiness is, then a new life will begin. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Burnt out ends of smoky days, the stale cold smell of morning. The street lamp dies, another night is over, another day is dawning. Daylight, I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life, and I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and a new day will begin.
Chastity Moore from Cats. Chastity, that is probably one of the most famous songs sung on Broadway. What do you think when you are singing that song?
I always say that song has a lot of pain and comfort. I've been here for a half a century, and I remember the times where there was things not happening to my body, and I remember the good times, so I'm remembering the good times and things that I once regretted that now make sense. So it's a lot of pain and comfort. I try to just make everyone else remember their happy times in that time.
We're making a little bit of noise over here because we are joined by Andre DeShields. Everybody! I remember seeing you in The Wiz when I was a little girl.
You're not that old.
I am that old, but that's another story. You were on Broadway long before Cats started in '81. When you heard that it was coming back and they were using ballroom, why did you want to be part of it?
I wanted to be part of it because my formative years are the 60s. My very first professional show was Hair. That was another attempt at mixing generations that had been so far apart for so long. And now, right here, beats the heart of an unreconstructed hippie. So I am constantly looking for the next revolution because I want to be on the front lines. It's not about spilling blood or anything like that, but when there's an intersection such as the first 25 years of the 21st century has presented with us, this intersection between history and evolution, and finally the change that's been sitting on the horizon, the paradigm that says, come, it's my turn, let me in, the power of the feminine. There's now a generation of people who have been traditionally marginalized to the edges of society who can do exactly that.
Nice. You play Old Deuteronomy.
Old Deuteronomy.
What is his role in the production, the way you play him?
The leader. The progenitor of all the cats that you will meet through your entire life have come from my thighs. Old Deuteronomy is also the connection between the microcosm and the macrocosm. He's not a god per se, but he is the overlord of these unusual creatures, each of whom has at a minimum 9 lives.
Yeah. For Grisabella, glamour takes on a new meaning. What does glamour mean to her?
Well, I mean, in the ballroom aspect, you have the women of trans experience who came before me were just very glamorous. We call them femme queens. And so here, she's a glamour girl. Like they always show up and show out. You know that a femme queen is in the building when the femme queen is in the building because she's just extra and she's just glamorous. And this, she's holding on to things that she had before when she once felt more glamorous, but in her mind, she's still glamorous. So glamour just shows up as confidence and pride and who you are and being your full self. And that's how it shows up here.
Andre, we're going to hear the addressing of Cats, the grand finale. What does this song mean to you?
It was an education. Now, I had seen several versions of Cats because for many years I knew the person who was playing Old Deuteronomy. As a matter of fact, the original Old Deuteronomy on Broadway was Ken Page. a lovely friend of mine who's now in his own version of the Heaviside Layer. I investigated his title because if you know the first books of the Holy Scripture, Deuteronomy is the last. And it is when the second time the law is delivered. So I take on that special activity with this group of people. I've come back to lead the Jellicle Ball so that another person, another cat, can be chosen to experience what I know.
Let's hear the addressing of cats with Andre DeShields and the cast of Cats.
You've heard of several kinds of cat, and my opinion now is that you should need no interpreter to understand our character. You've learned enough to take the view that cats are very much like you. You've seen us both at work and games. You've learned about our proper names, our habits and our habitat. But how would you address a cat? So first your memory I'll jog and say a cat is not a dog.
So first your memory I'll jog and say a cat is not a dog.
With cats, some say one rule is true: don't speak till you are spoken to. Myself, I do not hold with that. I say you should address a cat, but always keep in mind that she resents familiarity. You bow, and taking off your hat, address him in this form. Oh, cat, before a cat will condescend and treat you as a trusted friend, a little token of esteem is needed, like a dish of cream, and you might now and then supply some caviar or Strasbourg pie, some potted grouse or salmon paste. He's sure to have a personal taste. And so in time you reach your aim and call him by his name.
That was Andre DeShields. What a treat to have him and the rest of the team behind Cats the Jellicle Ball join us earlier this year in the green space. If you want to watch video of that event, just search YouTube for Cats WNYC Broadway on the radio. And that's all of it for this hour. But after the news, we'll talk about New York City's own trailblazing civil rights icon, Shirley Chisholm, with University of Kentucky professor Anastasia Curwood, whose book is called Shirley Chisholm, Champion of Black Feminist Power Politics. That's coming up. This is all of it.